I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to get on the water, ready to go. I'm ready to do this.
In the harsh wilderness of Arizona lies Roosevelt Lake for the Arizona Team Championship. The best anglers in the West have been competing all season long to get here, but only one team will walk away a champion.
Got him. This is a good one.
Welcome to the Wild West Bass Trail. The Arizona Team Championship is putting the best of the best in the final battle of the season on Roosevelt Lake in a 3-day tournament. With thunderstorms and a cold front the day before, the first day of competition of the Arizona Team Championship still produced some good limits. David Stachowski and Greg Valenzuela currently lead the tournament after bringing a 19-pound string of bass to the scales. Johnny Johnson and Andrew Napolean sit in second place with 17.89 pounds. The father-son team of John and Justin Ramsey found a large 5.21-pound kicker on Roosevelt, gunning for the Yamamoto bait's toad of the tournament.
We were in a good spot yesterday with 17 pounds, but man, it changes day to day. With a tournament of 3 days like this, it's a marathon and just trying to make the top 10. Our business at hand this morning is for us to go out and catch enough fish to try to get in the top 10. I think if we catch 10 pounds, I think we can get in the top 10. And then we'll let the chips fall where they may there. But you know, yesterday we started off to a bad start. You know, we broke off a huge fish right off the bat. It kind of ruined our day. And as you know, the fish don't feel sorry for you. You gotta pick yourself back up off the floor and get back out there and catch fish. So that's what we managed to do, and hopefully we can get it done today for sure.
I think for what we're doing, it's not going to affect it. We're just going to have to roll with it, and hopefully we get those bites.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to make it a little bit better, actually. I think it's going to pick it up, and maybe we're going to look at some places that are getting blown in.
Yeah,
whatever's getting blown in, it's going to be real rough, and we're just going to go hit it and see what happens.
The good news is the way the wind's blowing is those coves should be protected this morning, and hopefully those fish are active. We did go in there yesterday and had 4 or 5 bites, and literally missed them all on topwater. So even without the shad, we still had the bites. We just have to execute. But you know, after that, once the sun comes up or the day goes on, we'll probably just move out deeper and fish slow. You know, we caught our biggest fish yesterday out at 25 foot.
Day 2 of the Arizona Team Championship on Roosevelt Lake kicks off with Johnny Johnson and Andrew Napolean reeling in a quick limit to get things started.
We tried to throw those swim baits. They just were not hitting it. And, you know, out of experience, Johnny picked up a blade, something he loves to do. So picked up a spinner blade, started throwing that, and we started whacking fish right away.
So once the spinner bait actually started fluttering down from the top of the bush, they would explode on it right there. But if you missed it by 1 or 2 feet, and it was hard during the wind and things like that at times, then you just didn't catch the fish. You were catching the smaller fish. The big fish were, you know, they're ambush predators. They're in there, and they're sitting in there waiting to ambush these shad.
Stephen Mack and Seth Furmanek are currently in 8th place, just a couple pounds behind the leader. Stephen and Seth are primarily using a topwater frog and an umbrella rig to catch their limit on Roosevelt. Late in the afternoon, current leaders Greg Valenzuela and David Stachowski are looking to cull out their smaller bass and stay in the lead of the Arizona Team Championship.
Yeah, we started on that shad spawn bite. We were hoping would pay off, and it was totally dead. And those fish have totally moved, which is good because they moved right where we wanted to, and we pulled up to pretty much the main area. We caught most of our 19 pounds yesterday, and we just had a solid 2 hours, just, you know, catching, getting bites, missing. We lost a couple solid 5-pounders, and I think we got at least that much weight right now as yesterday. So that's what we have so far. We got to get rid of this guy for sure.
More of the Wild West Bass Trail's Arizona Team Championship from Roosevelt Lake will be right back.
At Mercury, we've spent 844,419 hours reshaping power. And this will give you powers you never knew you had. powers over Mother Nature, powers over the laws of physics, even the power to impress your kids. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury 4-stroke. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
General Tire was born more than 100 years ago, right here in America. We've spent the last century tackling every kind of road this country has to offer, and especially the places without roads. So you know that with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
We've paired one of the most iconic hulls in the history of bass boats with a proven lineup of trusted accessories. We're bringing you best-in-class value and performance, leaving others in your wake. Turnkey value, turnkey performance. The Pantera 2 is an overachiever in the 19-foot category. Once you hit the throttle, you'll feel the rush, and there's no looking back.
The Wild West Bass Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, anywhere is possible. Super Clean, super fast, super easy, super clean. Gary Yamamoto Custom Baits, because what you fish matters. And by P-Line.
Hi everyone, I'm Courtney Spahn with the Town of Payson Parks, Recreation and Tourism Department, and on behalf of the Town of Payson, we want to welcome you to Arizona's cool mountain town. Payson, Arizona is located at the base of the Mogollon Rim and surrounded by the largest ponderosa pine forest in the world. Payson is an outdoor enthusiast paradise with a lot of opportunities for fishing, hiking, and extensive mountain biking trails. We also encourage community events and embrace our Western heritage with a lot of community programs and having the tradition of the world's oldest continuous rodeo. We invite all anglers, outdoor enthusiasts alike to come and adventure where we live in Payson, Arizona. To find out more about Payson, Arizona and what we offer within our community, go to www.paysonrimcountry.com.
After a long and hot day on Roosevelt Lake, it's time for the anglers to head to the scales and see who will make the top 10 cut and fish one final day for the championship in a brand new boat. David Stachowski and Greg Valenzuela weighed in a nearly identical limit as the day before, keeping them in the top spot. Johnny Johnson and Andrew Napolean secured the number 2 spot after their 20-pound limit. Stephen Boyce and Julius Mazie just missed the cut for the championship, but they ended the 2019 season as Arizona Team Anglers of the Year.
Feels great, you know, it was a grind all season long, and to finish it off and have this in our hands feels great.
Yeah, absolutely, it feels good. It was definitely a hard tournament. We had a 4th and 11th and a 12th, so we could have done better with one top 10, but it ended up being okay. It was really fun. It was good fishing with him. It was our first season together.
Absolutely, our first season, so hopefully first of many more.
The best in the West have been cut down to the top 10 teams, but only one team will walk away a champion, and with over $25,000.
It's great. We're grateful to be here on day 3, and I think Wild West for doing a great tournament series. It's a great show, and thankful for Courtney Spahn helping Payson get on the map with Wild West, and grateful to be here on day 3.
Catching a lot of fish. We just need those kickers. Those kickers are there. We see them, but they're just missing.
It's been pretty much a one rod wonder for most of the tournament, and if we get the bites that we've been having and get them in the boat, we're gonna have a good bag.
So this is the first time I've got to fish with my dad, so we're having an awesome time. A lot of thanks to Wild West for putting this on.
You know, this is where you try to position yourself, and every tournament that you fish obviously is a chance to win. That's all we could ask for. We actually did better than what we were asking for. We just wanted to make top 10, but we got a striking chance to win this thing. So I think we're a half a pound behind or a quarter of a pound behind. So we got our work cut out for us today.
Yeah, just totally calm and collected and ready to do this. I mean, this is what we're here for. We've been doing this a long time. We're ready to execute, have a good day.
Me too.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's a little crazy. I'm a little more reserved and collected, so hopefully we get it done.
As the sun rises over Roosevelt Lake, Championship Day begins with current leaders David Stachowski and Greg Valenzuela fishing the east end along the Salt River.
I got him. That good. It works. That's a good one. These are our first 2 ones so far. Put that big one on that side.
After I caught that fish, I said if I was ever going to flip a fish, this would be the tree. Look at that tree, man. Gorgeous.
Less than a half a pound behind the current leaders, the team of Johnny Johnson and Andrew Napoleon are also fishing around bushes in the Salt River. More championship action from Roosevelt Lake will continue right after this.
At Mercury, there are no limits to the lengths we'll go to make sure you have no limits either. Unlimited adrenaline. Unlimited fun. Unlimited weekend. Except maybe having to go home eventually. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
Hey everyone, Super Clean Pro Alex Klein here. First thing I do when I get off the water, grab a bottle of Super Clean. Take a couple sprays, spray it on your boat, grab a rag, quick wipe down. Works super fast and super easy. Keeps your boat looking sharp on and off the water. I highly recommend a bottle of Super Clean today.
It's championship day for the Arizona teams on Roosevelt Lake. Less than half a pound separates the battle between first and second place. Plus, they're fishing in the same area. Let's head back out on Roosevelt with the current leaders.
One on the gizzard. Are you ready? That's a big one, I think. It's a keeper. Nice, solid fish, not huge, but game day 3, you take them to start. That one came on a swim bait. It's made by Billy Skinner. It's called the chicken gizzard. It imitates the gizzard shad, which is introduced in this lake and is now dominating the forage. And as you can see, the fish will eat that.
Johnny Johnson and Andrew Napoleon are fishing within eyesight of the current leaders in the Salt River.
I know we need some big fish. The first place guys and us are all fishing the same water. We got a little bit more to deal with today because we're noticing some boats. It's Saturday. A lot of boats are coming into our area. And that makes it a little bit tougher for Andrew and I to get the job done, but we'll figure them out one way or the other. This has been the stretch right here. And the river kind of cuts through this area. And this makes a nice long point. It's all treed, 13 foot of water. It's about 25 foot of water out here, and those fish just come up and eat those shad. Now we've just had a shad spawn as well. We've caught our fish on spinner baits and swim baits this morning. Caught one on an Ica, and what I'm doing is a lot of guys come through here, and I know the first place guys are great flippers, awesome flipping technique. Rather than try to go back through these trees with a weighted jig or something like that and go over the same trees, a lot of these fish will be swimming to chase these shad, and they'll hide up into these trees and they just keep moving and they're chasing. But what I'm doing is I'm throwing a Ica that's weightless and offering that natural presentation, so when they're sitting right up under the tree right there, they come out and get it a lot of times. A little harder to flip because you're weightless, but it's been very successful for us.
The father-son team of John and Justin Ramsey are currently in 7th place, looking to move up the leaderboard on the final day.
Well, you guys drove up and stirred the water up a little bit for us, which was something that I needed. We've had slick, calm water, no wind today, and we've really been in desperate need of the wind. The wind helped us out the first day, helped us out a little bit yesterday. It seems like every time we get a little bit of wind or water disturbance, we can usually pull a bite. So right as you guys pulled in, we got this little ripple, but we've gone down this bank for about a quarter mile with nothing, and as soon as that ripple kicked up, we got that one bite.
Late in the morning, Stephen Mack and Seth Furmanek are looking to fill their limit on a tough Roosevelt Lake.
We've been on basically 2 things, and that's a frog bite and an A-rig bite. A-rig catches a lot of fish, and every now and then you'll get a good one. Just got to weed through a bunch of these little peanuts everywhere. It's just been a grind. I mean, we haven't gotten our 5th fish typically until 11, 12 o'clock. And then our afternoon bite is usually pretty decent. There's one. No, small one. It's a little peanut. A lot of these guys.
Current leaders David and Greg continue their assault, flipping through submerged bushes and trees along the Salt River.
But what's key about this cover to us is it's not just miles and miles of flooded stuff. It's just kind of a really defined tree edge for them to really set up on. And it just seems there's so many big fish here right now. You know, if you get too far back up, then it's just miles and miles and miles of flooded. You can't really pinpoint them. Then you're kind of in the needle in the haystack scenario. Here, it's really obvious because the trees are spaced enough and they're sparse enough that you're just loaded with fish. Oh my God, Greg. He's just coming out now. Are you ready? Yeah. Ah, baby.
I lost that fish yesterday.
Same bush.
Oh, yeah. When I said I lost 2 5s, that's one of them.
That's the kind we need. Now we're back in the game.
Coming up next, we crown the best in the West on Roosevelt Lake for the Arizona Team Championship.
We've paired one of the most iconic hulls in the history of bass boats with a proven lineup of trusted accessories. We're bringing you best-in-class value and performance, leaving others in your wake. Turnkey value, turnkey performance. The Pantera 2 is an overachiever in the 19-foot category. Once you hit the throttle, you'll feel the rush, and there's no looking back.
Want to achieve the highest performance out of your outboard engine? Introducing the newest product from the makers at Lucas Oil, Marine Fuel Treatment and Injector Cleaner. Lucas Marine Fuel Treatment stabilizes fuel and eliminates corrosion. It cleans and lubricates the complete fuel system. Perfect for marine outboard applications. Eliminates the need for higher octane fuels and will not void your warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
When shooting extreme long range, I can always depend on my Macmillan ELR Beast.
Macmillan fiberglass stocks, molding the way America shoots.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. so you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
At Mercury, we put our newest engine through 3,286 of our roughest tests ever. Because once you're on the water, we want to make sure it's ready to give you thousands of your smoothest experiences ever. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury Verado. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
The Wild West Bass Trail is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Bass Cat. Feel the rush. Fitzgerald Fishing. Not just another rod. Power Pole. Swift, silent, secure. And by Protect the Harvest. Welcome back to the Wild West Bass Trail Arizona Team Championship on Roosevelt Lake. The final day of competition is a tight race between first and second place, with less than a half a pound separating the two teams, but only one pair can leave Roosevelt Lake a champion. Second place team of Johnny and Andrew had a rapid start to their morning, catching their limit within the first 20 minutes of competition.
We're focusing on this bank. This is where we want to be. I'm done playing around. We've monkeyed around in other areas, and I felt it really cost us. Now the first day we did have an 8-pounder on a bed that I broke off, and it just wasn't, you know, then we came up here and collected our thoughts and put some fish together, but it helped us catch that 18 pounds, but probably should have done a lot better if we'd have been up here sooner.
Current leaders David and Greg continue to use swim baits and jigs inside a tree line in the Salt River on Roosevelt.
It's a limit, you know. The smallest one, but we got 5. That fish, we pretty much guaranteed ourselves second place. But we're not here for second in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, we got 5, 2 good ones. You know, the kind we need for weigh-in. So we really right now are focusing on catching 3 more, 4+ type pound fish. And that's going to give us that 19-20 we've had all 3 days. Obviously, I have a lot of time to do it. But it's better to do it now than wait, because if things slow down, it's much different. But we're just going to keep at it. We really have nothing else to do. There's nowhere else on the lake that has this kind of fish quality. Just got to make them bite.
Well, I can tell you right now, we had a great morning. It slowed down. We're going to continue to throw big baits, flipping these trees, and move around. First place is in here with us, and see if we can't get us a big bite. We might try to expand a little bit more on what we already have. So, like I said, these fish move up and down, up and down. If you catch the timing right, you're going to catch some toads. You got to catch the timing right. And so we're just going to keep fishing and see what happens.
After a tough battle on Roosevelt Lake, it's time to crown a champion for the Arizona teams. The whole community of Payson, Arizona came out to Green Valley Park to see who will walk away a champion and with a brand new boat. David and Greg take the hot seat first as 10th place team Bobby Lanham and Jason Stockton come up to the scales. Bobby and Jason end their 3-day weekend with a total weight of 33.36 pounds. Stephen Mack and Seth Furmanek are up to the scales next.
All right, a total weight of 14.69 pounds, our new leaders.
Stephen and Seth take over the hot seat after ending the weekend with 40.55 pounds. The next 4 teams to come up did not have enough weight to take the hot seat away from Stephen and Seth. Last year's champions Rich Kereny and Dean Kreuzer come up next.
13.20 pounds, your new leaders taking over the hot seat, 13.20 pounds.
Chris Santana and Ian White did not have enough to knock Rich and Dean out of the hot seat, which brings Johnny Johnson and Andrew Napoleon up to the scales.
17.33 pounds.
Johnny and Andrew take the lead with a 3-day total of 54.99 pounds. That leaves just one team left to weigh in at Green Valley Park in Payson, Arizona. Day 2 leaders, David and Greg.
We have a total weight 17.57 pounds. Our winners, Greg Valenzuela and Dave Stachowski.
David Stachowski and Greg Valenzuela are your 2019 Arizona team champions and will be taking home a brand new boat package. David and Greg finished by holding on to the first place spot all weekend long, ending with nearly 56 pounds.
Relieved, just relieved, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely exciting. We knew it was going to be close, and not knowing what they had, not knowing what we had really, I mean, it was a nail biter till the end. So
we saw them catch a big fish, they saw us catch a big fish, we saw them catch a big fish, we saw them netting, high-fiving, so just stressful.
Yeah, it was totally stressful, but also, you know, we knew we had to get it done, had to fish hard. You know, I did lose a big fish that appeared to be really big, and you know, that really affected us, thinking, God, that was the one. But it turned out it didn't matter, thank God, so we're happy for that.
Yeah, and thanks to Ace the mechanic for fixing our motor, and you guys helping us get our bag of fish in yesterday, or we wouldn't have won. We would have lost $26,000 if you guys didn't help us get the boat running and bring us back to the weigh-in.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to definitely thank Siggy Payson. You know, like I said on the stage, I mean, for them to do this is awesome. I mean, you don't see this very often in normal fishing tournaments. I mean, everything we fish is always at the lake. It's kind of a small crowd of locals.
You don't fish for a boat very often.
Yeah, to see the mayor here, you know, and I think some of the city council was, you know, here. They came to our meeting, you know, vendors, and just having events like this for kids, you know, the pond. Yeah, it's just a great event for the community.
That wraps up the Wild West Bass Trail regular season of events. But make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more. We've got action coming from Lake Havasu, Lake Pleasant, and a doubleheader on Lake Mead. This is the best in the West.